Wait a second. I thought this video was supposed to be about a drill press upgrade. Who's that guy with the handlebar mustache? Why is he outside under a tent?
Now hold on a minute. I know you came here to see a drill press upgrade video, and I promise, this is a drill press upgrade video. And if you're a fan of the ever versatile drill press, you are going to enjoy this video because you will never see a drill press upgrade like this ever.
This upgrade isn't going to make my drill press work any faster or more efficient, but everyone who I have shown this upgrade to has absolutely loved it.
So let's start with that guy with the fancy mustache. He's quite famous on the US East Coast and even beyond there. His name is Dave Letterfly.
When he was a teenager, Dave left home and joined the circus. He started out as a drummer and then showed horses under the big top. His circus eventually needed someone to paint signs, and that is where his career took a major turn. Through sign painting, Dave discovered his passion for art, and he painted murals on RVs in the 80s and 90s. Today he goes by the moniker Letterfly, and is most famous for pinstriping motorcycles. He now travels around the country in his bright yellow tractor trailer with matching RV to Harley dealers and motorcycle festivals, sharing his artwork and stories with any and everyone. And that's where our story brought Letterfly to me, at my local Harley-Davidson dealership. I showed up with my 1943 Craftsman benchtop drill press and asked Letterfly to make it special.
Okay, so by now you probably know exactly what I have in mind. I asked him to turn my drill press into a magnificent work of art. Have you ever pinstriped a drill press before?
I don't think so. I think that must be the first one.
But my drill press isn't just a drill press. To me, it's a family heirloom, and I wanted Dave to help tell its story through art. It's very obvious this drill press didn't start out as a family heirloom or anything even close to it. It was just a power tool someone purchased to do exactly what it was designed for: drill holes. But to me, it's so much more. As it got passed down through the generations, it kind of developed its own story. The drill press was first purchased in 1943 by a guy named Happy. Happy wasn't someone in my family. He was a good friend of my grandfather's.
So if I'm Big Stacks and my dad is Big Stacks, does that make my grandfather Big Stacks? I think so. But let's just call him Grandpap.
Grandpap and Happy were good friends, but Happy was having some serious health issues, to the point where he probably wasn't going to use a lot of his tools anymore. Rather than let him sit in his garage and rust away, he sold them to Grandpap. Grandpap did a lot of metalwork and woodworking, and that drill press served him well. Unfortunately, Grandpap passed away before I was born, so I never got to meet him. This is where my father, Big Stacks, comes into the picture. Grandpap passed down a lot of his knowledge and skills to my dad, who eventually moved the drill press into his garage in 1973.
In my early adult life, I did a lot of woodworking, all stemming from the basics that my father taught me as a kid. He eventually passed on his drill press and table saw to me, telling me that it was my time to carry on our family traditions. A quick side note about that table saw. I was making a cremation urn for someone, and everything just seized on up. But that's another story for another time. Let's get back to the drill press.
I told Letterfly my story as he took my family heirloom drill press and turned it into a work of art. We went back and forth, sharing other stories as well. This one story he told me was pretty interesting.
Walking into the diner up in Gettysburg, and this guy sitting at one of the seats says, "Hey Dave, remember what you painted for me?" And I don't remember what I paint for people. I paint so much stuff. And he said, "You painted my leg." And I looked down and he's wearing a prosthetic leg.
If you ever get a chance to meet Letterfly, I highly suggest it. He's a great person with awesome character and a ton of interesting stories. Whenever he's in town, Letterfly and I get together on Saturday morning and have breakfast together.
If you're enjoying this video, please give it a quick thumbs up so YouTube can share it with more makers just like you and me.
As Letterfly finished up the lettering and pinstriping on my drill press, he noticed an empty space, which was particularly interesting to him. Since he knew the drill press meant so much to me, he wanted to do something special, so he asked me, "Does your family have a motto or saying?" I thought about my time as a kid, learning things in my dad's shop. There really isn't a motto per se that he taught me, but he always stressed to me the importance of making something right the first time, taking your time, and that precision and accuracy in your measurements and assembly was key to a great finished product. So I mentioned a phrase which I felt was most fitting for the occasion. Slow down to speed up. You see, by taking your time and paying attention to details, you won't have to waste time or materials repeating what you should have done properly the first time. And if you have ever used a drill press, you know that there are times when you need to slow down that motor speed to drill your holes properly.
I want to sincerely thank you for allowing me to share my family story with you today. If you want me to tell you the story of the cursed cremation urn that I was asked to make, and I promise you, it is an interesting story, do me a favor. Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to tell you that story. If you want to find out more about Dave Letterfly, he's also a published author and has written, I think, 3 books. I'm going to leave Amazon links to those books in the description of this video. Feel free to go check them out. Remember, Big Stacks grows, Big Stacks builds, and Big Stacks makes. And most of all, Big Stacks is very proud of his family's heirloom drill press. And I'll see you guys next time for more fun and stories on Big Stacks Small Workshop. Take care.